You will need the following items to set up your saltwater system. Salt, which is at least 99.8% pure, a GFCI electrical outlet within reach of the power cord, a straight bit screwdriver if your pool has hoses with hose clamps. Refer to the salt table in the manual for the amount of salt needed for your pool size. You will need approximately 25 pounds of salt per 1,000 gallons of water. You may also wish to purchase salt test strips available at pool supply stores. These are the key parts of the saltwater system. The 2,000 gallon per hour filter pump filters the water. The power supply converts AC power to low voltage DC current. The electronic control station allows programming of operating time and gives feedback through the LED panel. The flow sensor protects the unit by ensuring an adequate flow of water. The clear electrolytic cell produces natural chlorine as saltwater passes between the enclosed titanium plates. The large copper anode in the cell releases copper ions into the salt water. This section is for installing 16-foot and larger pools with 1.5-inch hoses and plunger valves. Prepare both plunger valves for installation by unscrewing the large threaded strainer connectors from the valves. Keep the black step washer in the valve and set the valve aside. Remove the large nuts from the connectors and from inside the pool, insert the large strainer with the flat black washer through the connector hole. From the outside of the liner, replace the nuts and make sure they are secured. Now, reconnect the plunger valves with the black step washer in place. Make sure both plunger valves are in the closed position. Connect the hoses to the plunger valves. Then, connect the hoses to the saltwater system and pump. The lower hose should be connected to the pump motor, and the higher hose should be connected to the end of the electrolytic cell. If you have a 15-foot or smaller pool with 1.25-inch hoses with hose clamps and black hat-shaped plugs for the sidewall, follow these steps to adapt the smaller hose fittings to the plunger valves. If you have not filled your pool with water, you will first need to locate the small strainer connectors supplied with the saltwater system and filter pump. Insert these strainer connectors from the inside of the pool wall. If you have water in the pool already, unscrew the strainer cover and pool inlet nozzle from inside the pool and insert the black plugs to keep water from running out of the pool. Locate the two B adapters and connect them to each of the black connectors on the pool. Unpack the plunger valves. Unscrew the large strainer connectors and discard them as they are not needed on this size pool. But make sure you do not discard the black step washers on the plunger valves. Attach the plunger valves to the B adapters. Then, connect the hoses to the plunger valves. Make sure the plunger valves are closed. Connect the hose to the saltwater system and pump, making sure that the lower hose is connected to the pump motor. Now, connect the other hose to the end of the electrolytic cell. Make sure all connections are secure. You are now ready to fill the pool and add salt to the water. Adding salt to pool water creates an electrolyte, which goes through two chemical reactions inside the saltwater system when low voltage electricity is applied. The two-stage saltwater system uses copper ion technology to destroy algae before it starts. Small amounts of natural chlorine work together with copper ions to keep your pool water fresh, clean, and comfortable. First, make sure all connections are secured and remove the black hat-shaped hole plugs. Now, reopen the plunger valves. To prevent airlock, open the lower plunger valve first and then the upper valve. Make sure to follow the instructions in the manual to release air trapped in the hoses and unit. The air release valve is on top of the filter tower, and an additional air release valve is located just above the hose connection on the motor. It may be helpful to gently shake the hoses in order to release all the trapped air. You are now ready to add salt to the water. Refer to the salt table in the owner's manual for the amount of salt you will need for your pool size. Before adding salt to the pool, connect the saltwater system and pump to a GFCI outlet and turn on the filter pump to circulate water. The green pump LED indicator will light up in a few moments. Evenly spread the salt around the inside of the pool. Brush the pool bottom to help dissolve the salt. Do not put salt into the skimmer, as this can damage or clog the filter pump. Run the filter pump for 24 hours before using the saltwater system to ensure the salt is completely dissolved and the saltwater system will operate properly. Use a salt test strip available from pool supply stores if you have any doubt about the salt level of your water. The saltwater system and pump has an automatic timer that starts at the same time each day. Program the system at the time you would like the saltwater system and filter pump to begin operation. Lift the clear protective cover to program the unit. To unlock the keypad controls, press and hold the down button until a short beep is heard. Release the button as soon as you hear the beep. Then, press and hold the up button until another short beep is heard. The display will start flashing, indicating that the keypad controls are unlocked and the timer is ready to be set. See the table in the manual for recommended hours of operation according to the size of your pool. Use the up and down buttons to adjust the number of hours as needed. After you have selected the operating hours, lock the keypad controls by first pressing the down button until you hear a beep, then pressing the up button until you hear another beep. The keypad is now locked. The green working light will come on, indicating that the system is producing chlorine and copper ions. When the cycle ends, the green sleep indicator will light up and code 93 will flash on the control station display. After 1 hour, the unit will go into power save mode and the LED display will go blank. The green sleep indicator will remain on until 24 hours from the initial start time when the saltwater system automatically restarts its daily cycle. Test the copper concentration weekly with the included copper test strips. If the test shows below 0.1 parts per million, simply run a copper boost cycle. Press and hold boost for 5 seconds until the control station readout flashes 80, indicating that boost production has started. The boost cycle is 4 times longer than regular operating time. Once completed, the system will return to normal operating hours. Keep the free chlorine level between 0.4 and 1.5 parts per million, and the copper ion concentration between 0.1 and 0.2 parts per million. Anytime the copper level drops below 0.1, simply repeat the boost cycle. You should also repeat the boost cycle after a heavy rain or any time the pool becomes dirty. The pump filters small particles out of the pool at about 2,000 gallons of water per hour with a gentle flow. The filter cartridge will continue to clean effectively for about 2 weeks. At that time, check to see if it needs to be replaced. First, unplug the electric cord, then close both plunger valves. To make it easy to remove the filter housing collar, open the air release valve on top. Release the filter top collar with a counterclockwise rotation, taking the top and the filter cover off. Then, lift the cartridge out. If your cartridge is dirty or brown in color, try spraying it clean with water. If it cannot be rinsed off easily, the filter should be replaced. Insert a replacement Intex filter cartridge, item number 59905, marked with a large B. Replace the cartridge as shown, and replace the filter top and housing collar. Close the air release valve. Open the lower plunger valve, then the upper plunger valve to refill the pump with water. The air release valves must also be opened briefly to allow trapped air to escape. Depending on local weather and water conditions and the number of swimmers using the pool, you may wish to run just the filter pump after the chlorine cycle has ended. Without reprogramming the chlorine cycle timer, press and hold the up and down buttons at the same time for 5 seconds until the code FP flashes, indicating that only the filter pump is in run mode and controlled by the on-off switch. To restart the chlorine cycle, you must reprogram the timer by pressing and holding the down button for 2 seconds until a short beep is heard. Then, press and hold the up button while waiting for the short beep. Chlorine will stop being produced if low water flow, low salt, or high salt conditions are detected. An LED code will flash and a buzzer will sound to alert you of any problems. A few minutes later, the unit will shut down to protect it from damage. Refer to the owner's manual for complete troubleshooting and operational instructions. Your saltwater system and pump requires little maintenance since the electrolytic cell has a self-cleaning cycle. To maintain maximum performance, it is recommended to visually inspect the electrolytic cell monthly. If there is an accumulation of calcium or other substances on the titanium plate, cleaning will be required. Refer to the owner's manual for complete maintenance instructions. With proper care and maintenance, the Intex Crystal Clear Saltwater System will give you years of clean, sparkling, fresh water.